Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk person of interest. And we're getting deep into season one now, approaching a season finale where there may be some big revelations, some big earth shifting events. But the last couple of episodes have primarily been person of interest of the week kind of things, which are great because we're still doling out some of the lore, some of the backstory, we're laying the foundations for what this series is all about. And one of the things I'm finding really interesting about this show is trying to figure out who the major antagonist is. I feel like this isn't a show where I don't feel like this just remains a save a random person every week show. I feel like there's going to be a bigger story to it. Otherwise, why would you guys have recommended it to me? But who is that underlying antagonistic force? When we first met Elias, I was convinced it was him, but we haven't seen him for a couple of episodes. And I'm sure he's going to be a recurring character, but I'm not sure that he's the big bad, so to speak. We introduced this computer hacker, Root, a couple of episodes ago, which I also think has great potential for being an ongoing antagonistic force to our team of Finch and Reese. But we don't know who Root is yet. All we know is that she's female. I had a funny theory when I was editing the other day. We learned through our CIA agents that Reese killed his old CIA handler. And so when we hear that, our first assumption is, well, she must have been dirty. Reese must have had a good reason because Reese is one of our good guys. But we also have characters on this show that are presumed dead that aren't. Both Reese and Finch, like Reese is supposedly MIA, presumed dead. Finch is supposed to be dead. It seems like he's reinvented a new personality, except certain people know him from his past. So he's got all sorts of weird alias things going on. Is it possible that Reese's old CIA handler is only presumed dead by Reese and the CIA, and maybe she's out there? I feel like the way she was introduced, there's a lot more story to come in that segment of Reese's life. Post 9/11, no longer with the military, now with the CIA. What happened in that stretch of time that ultimately led to him killing her and then disappearing himself? Maybe she's out there. Maybe she's Root, or maybe Root works for Elias or her, or like, how connected are all our antagonists? I have so many questions about where the major forces of evil in this show are going to be coming from. It's going to be more than just random human nature, I think. It's fun to explore that random stuff, you know, the corrupt politicians and the dirty cops and the jealous husbands and all the rest of that sort of stuff. But lots of social justice commentary is available to a show like this. I mean, it's ultimately a show all about vigilantism, isn't it? But I feel like there's more to it. And I'm still trying to shine a light on that and figure out exactly what that is. Maybe we'll get some more clues this episode. I'm ready to jump into it, so let's do that. This is episode 15 of season 1, and it's called Blue Code.
We have a new number, Mr. Reese. His name is Michael Cahill. 33 years old, single,
Paramedic.
no wife, no children, no pets.
We're supposed to wait.
This guy just flew 15 hours for a heart transplant. I'm not letting him code out here 16 blocks from a hospital.
Okay, he's a good guy.
Appears to be an upstanding citizen.
Appearances can be deceptive.
Indeed, Cahill's a criminal. B&E assaulting an officer with a deadly weapon. Now he's graduated to smuggling.
Diamond
Crew's
smuggler.
run by a guy named Vargas. How do you suggest we proceed, Mr. Reese?
The more dangerous they
What
are,
are you waiting for? Go.
the closer I want to be to them.
He's in the gang already. Okay.
We got a problem. I got this. Stay put.
He calls backup and we're all dead.
He doesn't have backup. I'm all paid up with HR.
Okay. All good.
Thought I was gonna have to waste them.
This guy's a loose cannon. Jeez.
One more mistake, I kill him.
Yeah. Okay. Well-organized diamond smugglers with the loose cannon rookie on board. Are we going to explain how Reese inserted himself into the team?
Finch, Cahill's casing a home.
Homeowner's last name is Tully. He's a police officer. John, you've got to stop Cahill.
He hates cops. Okay.
Daddy, you're home.
Oh. Is he a cop, too?
Mr. Reese, it appears that you're not the only person working undercover.
Oh. So is he a cop undercover in the diamond ring, or is he a dirty cop with two identities?
You think this is being run through Langley? We're not even supposed to operate in this godforsaken country.
All right. We're going back to CIA days. Let's learn some more.
Package secure?
We have everything we need. Except the word is where to deliver it. What'd he do?
Not our concern.
Guy looks government.
Call's not coming in tonight. Go get yourself some R&R. Don't forget you're behind enemy lines. You get caught here, you're on your own.
Last time, so hasn't been in the States in ages. Okay.
The NYPD seems to have gone to great lengths to hide his identity. But if the machine gave us his number, it may mean that somebody's figured out he's a cop.
Risking his life is what he signed up for. We play this wrong. We could do more harm than good.
Is that his handler? This might be an episode about handlers.
Less than a day away from the biggest collar of your career, you decided to take a holiday?
Needed to feel normal.
We got enough on Vargas, I could pull you out now.
We could have gotten Vargas 5 months ago. LOS, that's the guy we want. Word is he's picking up the next shipment in person.
LOS is a fairy tale, Michael.
Who's LOS?
I think Vargas has a cop in his pocket. Last night he was too confident that black and white wouldn't have backup. He's got someone protecting him from the inside, I'm sure of it.
John has a tendency to use people and then, well, discard them.
Yeah, let's learn more about this story already.
A word, detective?
Jeez, man. Ballsy or what?
Agent Snow doesn't know about me. Or my arrangement with our mutual friend.
Are we sure about that?
Who would know about Cahill's being undercover?
Only his handler.
Is he dirty?
What about the people that have access to his paperwork?
Only the handlers have the combinations to their UC safe.
Now, those guys don't exactly trust me anymore. Hell, I've been getting some good collars lately, too. Even got a commendation.
Your ass got you that commendation. Time to get your hands dirty again.
Shot in the butt. I guess he's recovered.
LOS will kill us if we don't.
Who's LOS? I can't help but think it's similar to Elias, just phonetically, but it's probably not. Is it not Rice?
Maybe I take the shipment directly to LOS. Cut you out.
Tell you what. How about I give you a little something extra, okay? Just for you. Yeah?
Okay, we're killing men. Reese himself is killing men. This isn't just kneecapping. Oh, that's a kneecapping. Oh, don't mess up the nice leather couch. Get him on a table.
Thought we were meeting with LOS, boss.
We are. Take your phones out and destroy them.
What happened?
One of you's a cop.
So he's been tipped off.
America is a place where all things are possible. It's alive in our time.
Come on.
We set ourselves in, like, contemporary history.
Where are you from? Originally? Puyallup, Washington.
You kidding
No
me?
kidding.
My wife's from Puyallup.
Seattle suburbs.
What did I tell you, John?
You told me to get a drink.
You just happened to pick the one who's married to your ex.
Oh, that's the guy.
Help me, please, please.
He's losing too much blood. We should take him to the hospital.
No one's going anywhere until I know which one of you is a rat.
Someone lit up Sue Chin's. Narco thing gone south. It's a damn shame. Best kung pao in Queens.
Sorry for your loss.
Why give that random guy a line unless he's involved in the plot?
You need your help.
What you got?
A license plate.
Kid still got a phone in his...
All right, we got a break. We're looking for a warehouse on the docks in Brooklyn.
Why didn't the kid who get shot destroy his phone? Ugh.
You look terrible. Look at you. You might want to lay off the brown liquor. Smuggler named Neil Vargas. You ever heard of him? I'm gonna twist his arm a little bit, see if I can get a percentage of his scores. Thought maybe you might want to get in.
This guy isn't already paid up with HR. You could have at it.
Who do I contact if I want to contact HR?
You already have.
So the dirty cops refer to themselves as HR, it would appear. Okay.
Make sure you point the reader at the key card.
Anything else I should know?
Yeah, don't get caught.
Fusco, what are you doing here?
What are you doing?
I was just leaving.
I'm just running an errand for the cap.
Later.
Both suspicious of each other. He just...
Presto, I'm in.
That's all it takes?
358.
Start punching numbers. The code could be in any sequence.
Little help, please.
Do we know it's only a
Was one of
three-digit
the
number?
prints smudged?
Your file's a little blurry. Why?
It's used twice.
There you go.
I've got Tully's file.
Good job, Detective. Tully's safe for now.
Detective Fusco, right?
Look, I can explain.
Explain shredding a confidential file. You're under arrest.
Busted. So now is this guy in HR, or is this him just being a good cop?
There's a UC whose life was in danger.
And you know this how?
I've got a guy who tells me things.
What guy?
All you need to know is that a cop's life was on the line, and I was trying to save it.
I got a problem. I couldn't get the file.
Yeah.
Some idiot destroyed it. But whoever the rat is, he just made a phone call from your location.
You're the informant.
Yeah, that was likely.
Where's his phone?
He took it.
The hell I did.
Shouldn't be too hard to find out.
He's framing himself as the
Looks
dirty
like
cop.
we found our rat.
Jeez, you just got crowbarred to the back of the skull. That's a mortal wound, man.
Give me time alone. I'll get him to talk.
You better get him to talk, or you both catch a bullet.
I know you're not a cop.
No. But I've been undercover.
You don't know me.
I know your handler's name is Byrne. I know you had a younger brother, Connor, who OD'd a month after you graduated high school.
How did you?
That's why you're so committed to catching LOS. I can help you escape. Help you get home.
If you know me so well, then you know I won't go home. Not while LOS is still operating.
Your cover's gonna be blown.
The exchange is at the scrapyard.
He's coming.
Ajax is dead. We gotta dump the bodies.
No, let me do it. I want to see the look on his face as I end this rat.
Well, we obviously didn't kill him, but we did it right in front of the guy. Like, is he so oblivious
Is he a good guy
that
or a
he's buying a
serial killer? I
non-mortal
don't know.
wound is fatal?
But either way, he'll take better care of her than you could. And barely even the same species.
We're walking in the dark. I've heard this speech before.
I really want you to meet my wife. She's gonna get a kick out of meeting someone from Puyallup.
Time to go.
I get it. This isn't some speech. I'm not walking in the dark. We are the dark.
There's a couple at the bar I want you to meet.
Okay.
And he's gone. They're handling the body. They don't know the guy's like. Reese is still alive. Okay, he's in a pickle. He's definitely in a pickle. And he's still in there now. They've all
Need a lift?
conveniently left.
In the neighborhood.
Just grazed. Lucky for me, Cahill's an excellent marksman.
Cahill went to the exchange with LOS without backup.
Where?
South Brooklyn scrapyard. Headed there now.
He's arming him now.
Girl after my own heart.
Vargas's informant has Detective Fusco, and his life is most certainly in danger. I'm not sure we have time to save them both.
Well, unless they all end up at the same place, right?
This is LOS?
Okay. It's not Elias.
Next time, don't keep me waiting.
Back! You stay back, or I spill your boss's brains on the asphalt.
Where's your backup, son? Let him go.
You're gonna have to shoot.
There are a bunch of bad gunmen on that.
Wouldn't do that.
That squad.
You gonna arrest me? I'll be out in 14 hours. And then I'm coming for you.
He's CIA.
What?
The government couldn't win the war on drugs, so they're using it to fund the war on terror.
I'm taking a minute.
You do, and that company will ruin your career, and that's if you're lucky.
Taking a minute.
That's messed up.
I just like to push my luck, too.
Oh, it's messed up.
I can tell a dirty cop when I see one.
You should try looking in the mirror.
You know, you may think you've gone clean, but at the end of the day, your hands are still dirty. You hear that?
I don't hear nothing.
Exactly.
That's right. No one's coming to save you. No one cares.
You did get the first person to put a gun to my head?
No. But I will be the last.
You try to go down doing something good. You wouldn't know about that, would you, you dirty sack?
Neil.
Kind of close, don't you think?
At least I'm not late. That phone is the only proof that this guy was working with Vargas.
Yeah. What the hell are you doing?
I can't have you coming clean, Lionel. I need you inside HR.
People will know that I've left with this guy. We're talking murder one, don't you get it?
That's the point. You'll need your friends at HR to help you cover this up.
Oh.
I was just starting to enjoy being a good guy for a change.
I'm sorry, but you're more useful inside.
We're putting him undercover.
Hands dirty, always will be, huh?
I like what we're doing here.
I thought you might like to know that Agent Snow has arranged the release of LOS.
It's been a long time, Mark. Surprised they sent you down here for me.
You know, the agency, they always take care of their own.
First thing to take care of are those two cops who brought me in. Some undercover and a female detective. They gotta go.
Can't go around killing cops. You really shouldn't have got yourself arrested. I warned you. You're buying enemy lines here.
Oh. CIA's taking care of its own.
Looks like you got yourself in a little trouble.
It was an accident.
Most accidents don't require a shovel.
Help me make this go away. I'll be indebted.
You'd be a little bit more than indebted, my friend. You belong to HR now.
He's in. I was enjoying this show, but now I'm interested in this show. This episode did a lot to hook me. Things just got so much more complicated. And I enjoy the complications because one of my general critiques of network television in particular is it's overly simplified. And there's a market for that. That's escapism. That's simple storytelling. You've only got 42 minutes to tell a story in an episode of television. You have to simplify it to some degree. But it doesn't feel real to me after being exposed to really good story for the last 30 years of my life. Complications add reality. add truth, and things just got way more complicated here. And I really dig that. The CIA isn't this monolithic bad guy. They're like, first of all, we're fully acknowledging the fact that the CIA deals drugs to fund the war on terror. If there isn't a more gray zone sentence than that, I don't know what it is. The fact that we're talking about that, the fact that that's a thing that this story is acknowledging and dealing with, really, really interesting. And we're killing our drug dealer CIA operative. So it really does make us question, what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. But Reese's old handler, who's been tracking him down, how much of that of killing that drug dealer at the end was covering the CIA's ass, and how much of that was maybe helping out Finch and by extension Carter to some degree, because he certainly knows that Carter's helping Finch and Reese. Did I say Finch? I meant Reese earlier. So the CIA is very ambiguous in this show. We know that they're a threat, but we also know that there's personal relations in there. And again, Reese's old partner, we know that she died. Maybe. We haven't seen that story play out yet. They don't walk in the darkness, they are the darkness. And even 2 or 3 years after Reese started working for the CIA, because he started in 2005, I think, from the flashbacks, and we were watching Obama, not his inauguration, but he was president-elect, so that was 2008, late 2008, and he's still hung up on his ex-girlfriend, who's now married to this other guy. He's pretending to be from Puyallup, Washington, primarily known for its Native American casino. Or is that Tulalip? I don't know. It's about 3 hours away. I don't go to a lot of casinos. Anyway, it's a Seattle suburb. Maybe it's Tulalip. Anyway, so he's always held a torch for his ex that he had to sort of walk away from when he decided to serve his country in the CIA. But we still don't know what went wrong with his partner. Did he have to kill her? He's certainly being held responsible for her death. But is she even dead? Do we know that for sure? We keep coming back to her. I think she'll be a recurring character, and maybe not just in the flashbacks. But I like even more, aside from the whole CIA storyline, which is fun and intriguing, and certainly complicating factor to our general mission statement of our team. I love what's happening with Fusco. He seemed such a cliche of a character when we first meet him. And he certainly got very typical New Yorker vibes. But I like what we're doing. I like that HR, this organization of corrupt cops, is both bigger and more organized than we originally may have thought. I like that they refer to themselves as HR. That's how we're going to refer to them. But we also know that Elias has them under his control. They answer to him. They're working with him. So, Elias must have some serious dirt to control this big organization of corrupt cops at every level. But we're sending Fusco underground. He's going undercover to infiltrate HR. So maybe I feel like that's becoming our main storyline of this season. We've had the dirty cops all season long in small doses, and now we're giving them a name. We're giving Fusco a mission to infiltrate. It's going to be interesting to see what happens between Fusco and Carter, because she's so goody two-shoes a cop that she, who already has suspicions about him, will continue to insert herself into that situation, especially if word gets out that Fusco may be dirty again. We know he comes from a dirty precinct to begin with. At what point does Carter get told that Fusco's part of the team? And we've been keeping them at arm's length since they were both made allies of Finch and Reese. But at some point, they're going to have to know of each other's role in the greater picture here. But I like that we're sending Fusco underground to investigate, to find out more, to be their man on the inside. So this really tells me that cleaning up this corrupt organization of cops is an ongoing mission this season. And that will ultimately hurt Elias. So does this season culminate in a showdown with Elias, perhaps? Or does Elias become a more long-term opponent over multiple seasons? You know, this season we take down his cops at some point down the, maybe it's, I don't know. I'm encouraged so much by this episode because it opens up a realm of possibilities, but it also starts tying together storylines and antagonists. And as I said, it inserts so much complication into the narrative, which up to this point has been fun, but on the simple side. And that's going away quickly. I like that. There's still some very network TV stuff. The gunfights and the magic bullets that only graze Reese, but still make him appear dead to this entire gang, even though he's shot right in front. Like, there's some moments where we still need to suspend disbelief, but I can get past that because of the narrative behind that we're introducing here. The narrative has me hooked. I blame the gunplay primarily on network standards, although there's sloppy writing moments in there too. But don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm digging the show. It's just there's certain moments that bump for me. It's the same stuff that bumped for me back when I worked on Arrow for years. Is Oliver Queen, amazing archer, but he could do things with a bow and arrow that bows and arrows simply can't do. And it's not about accuracy, it's about arrows that incapacitate and knock out or silent. We're doing the same thing with guns on this show to some degree. And they're pardon the pun, but guns aren't a magic bullet that solves all your problems. I hope at some point they acknowledge that. I like that the fans, those of you commenting, recognize that knee shots are like funny at this point on this show. But yeah, my expectations of this show just went up an order of magnitude or two. I really appreciate what they did this episode, and I'm hoping that this complicates the tone and complicates the narrative and makes it much more real and non-network. I know I use network like an insult a lot on this show, and it's because I haven't found many network shows in the last 20 years that really deserve the praise, especially like ever since we start comparing to premium cable and streaming services and some of the content that's available out there. In general, network TV doesn't live up to that standard. It targets a different audience, and that's fine. But for a critical viewer of television drama, network TV isn't where you're going. But I'm interested in this. I'm very, very interested. I'm super curious to see where this goes now. You had my curiosity, now you have my attention, to quote Tarantino. All right. Can't wait for next week. Don't forget to do all the fun things that help YouTube know that you enjoy watching this content. Help out the algorithm however you can. And until next week, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.